Most public speaking apps, they want to fix your filler words. But what if the real problem isn't that you say too much? What if the real problem is that your hands are shaking so hard you can't even read your notes? We're going to break down the apps that actually help with the anxiety part of speaking so you can find the right tool for you.
Yeah, if that hits home for you, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's that physical, just overwhelming feeling. Your heart's pounding, your mind goes completely blank. And most speaking apps just totally fly past this. They jump straight to coaching your delivery, which, let's be honest, is like trying to fix the frosting on a cake that's about to totally collapse. You have to address the foundation, the fear, first. Okay, let's get right into it. Finding the right tool for you depends entirely on what's really going on. Are you just trying to polish a skill you already have? Or are you trying to overcome a fear that's stopping you from even using that skill? And you gotta understand, those are two totally different problems that need two totally different solutions. So this right here, this is the key question. No, really, take a second and think about it. Understanding where you're starting from is the most important step you can take. The rest of this is basically your roadmap to finding that answer and the tool that's gonna match it. So look at how this breaks down. It's basically two different worlds. On one side, you've got delivery coaching. That's for when you can already get up there and speak, but you want to sound more confident, more professional. It's all about refinement. But on the other side, you've got anxiety-first programs. And this is for when that fear is the main thing getting in your way, causing real physical and mental symptoms that just shut you down. Okay, so keeping that difference in mind, we can kind of map out all the tools that are available. There are really three main paths you can take to build up that confidence, and each one is designed for a completely different need. All right, here they are, our three paths. First, you've got your classic delivery coaching apps. Second, there are tools that use exposure and simulation, basically helping you face the fear in a safe space. And third, you have apps that are built from the ground up to tackle the anxiety head on. Let's break them down and look at some real examples. All right, let's get into the weeds a bit. Let's look at some of the actual apps out there, because seeing how they work is going to make it way clearer which path is the right one for you.
So path one is all about the data. Delivery coaching apps like Orai are kind of like having a personal speech coach in your pocket. You practice your speech, it records you, and boom, instant measurable feedback on your pacing, your energy, and yeah, how many times you said or like. This is fantastic if you're already pretty comfortable speaking and just want to sound more polished. Now, path two. This is for anyone who just freezes solid the second all eyes are on you. Apps like virtual speech use technology, usually virtual reality, to drop you into a simulated conference room full of people. And the science behind this is rock solid. It's called exposure therapy. The more you face your fear in a safe, controlled way, the less power it has over you. It's a way to get your brain used to the pressure of a live audience. Path three goes straight for the root cause, the anxiety itself. These apps aren't even about speaking technique. Something like Dare, for example, is a general anxiety app that gives you tools to handle a panic attack in the moment. Headspace helps you build a daily mindfulness habit to just lower your overall stress. They're all about managing those physical symptoms, the racing heart, the thoughts spiraling out of control, just to get you to a place where you can even think about practicing. But what if you need both? What if you need to tackle the anxiety and you want to get some real concrete speaking practice in? Well, a whole new category of app is starting to pop up that aims to do just that. It combines the brain training techniques of an anxiety program with the AI feedback of a delivery coach. And this is where that new combined approach really comes into play. A great example of this is Nervless. It was purpose-built for this exact problem. It's a structured program that literally walks you through everything, from understanding your fear to managing physical symptoms to slowly practicing. And all the while, you're speaking out loud and getting real AI analysis on your progress. And the best part? It's all done privately. So let's just put this all together in one place. This table gives you a great at-a-glance look. You can see Orai over here, pure delivery coaching, has AI feedback, but nope, doesn't target anxiety. Virtual speech, it targets anxiety, but kind of indirectly, through exposure. Dare is all about anxiety, but has no practice part at all. And then you have Nervless, which you can see integrates that direct anxiety focus with AI-powered practice. It's really in a category of its own. Okay, so the big takeaway here is finding the tool that's the right fit for you, for your specific situation. We've looked at the options, so now let's build your personal roadmap. And honestly, it's pretty simple when you break it down like this. Let's talk about group number one. Maybe this is you. You can get through your presentations just fine. You don't feel that overwhelming panic, but you just know you could sound better. You want to cut down on the filler words and have more energy. Yep, if that sounds like you, a delivery coach is exactly what you need. An app like Orai will give you the hard data you need to really fine-tune your style and come across as more professional. All right, now for group 2. Is this you? You're perfectly fine practicing in your room, but the second you step in front of actual people, your mind just goes blank. The pressure of being watched is the real monster. If that's your struggle, the key is practice, but in a place that feels real while being totally safe. An exposure tool like virtual speech can help you slowly get used to that feeling of being on stage and dial down that fight or flight response. And finally, group 3. For you, the fear itself is the brick wall. You've probably been avoiding speaking situations for a while, and even the idea of practicing is stressful. You know you need to deal with the anxiety first, but you also know you have to actually practice speaking. If you're nodding along right now, then you need a tool that was literally built for this exact problem. An anxiety-first program that has structured, AI-powered practice built right in. Like Nervless, is designed to be that private, step-by-step guide you need. Okay, hang on. Before you run off and download the first app you see, we need to talk about the most important thing, setting the right expectations for what's next. This is super important, so listen up. These apps are tools, powerful ones, but they are not a replacement for professional therapy if you're dealing with severe anxiety. Think of them like a gym for your speaking skills. They work best when you show up consistently and use them as a practice tool to build that muscle over time. And really, all of this boils down to one simple truth. It doesn't matter which app has the most bells and whistles or the slickest design. The only thing that truly reliably reduces speaking anxiety is repeated, structured practice. Consistency is king. The best app isn't the one with the fanciest features. It's the one you'll actually open and use. So, I'm going to leave you with this one question. Don't worry about solving this whole thing overnight. What is the one small, totally manageable step you can take today to just begin? Because that first step, it's always the hardest, and it's the one that matters the most.